I think that real change for an organization does need to start at the top. And it needs to start at the top because the CEO is the one who has the vision, validates it with the board, and then you have a group of, usually every company has values, shared values, and then those need to be put into action. And not only within the company, but within the larger scope of the world. And depending on what kind of company that you're with, now we're in financial services, we're a technology company. And so when you talk about technology and you talk about women, how is that changing? You have to put in those as we start with good governance, where you have ethics and you have responsibility, and then you have values, and then you have policies and things like what kind of benefits do you have, and how do you, your processes. Those are the things that really put into practice in the real world what your vision and your values and your strategy, that's how it gets rolled out. And in order to do that, I think it's really important that you have to get the company going in the same direction. If you don't have individuals within the company, managers, individual contributors, technical people, salespeople, the people that are not only the front line, let's say the face of the company, but also people that are working inside the company. When we have shared values, respect, trust, then we are able to all contribute to what the company wants to do and what we need to do from just a sustainability aspect. And gender is part of that, because we need women to be able to contribute to sustainability. If we don't have half of our population or even half of our workers contributing to it, then it's very difficult to make that happen. And so we want to make sure that it happens. Well, I think CEOs are in charge of companies, right? You can choose to work for the company that has a CEO that has the values that match your core values. And that may be easier said than done, but when you are either looking for a job, or if you're just out of school, or you have an opportunity to change your career path, or change jobs, that's what you need to look for. And those are the companies that will be successful. Do you want to work for a company that will not be successful? No. You want to work for a company that you, let's say, make a bet on that's going to be successful. And the way to do that is to work, if you're not working for yourself and you don't have your own company, is to choose companies. And there's lots of ways to find out. I always say, after the interview, talk to the people that work there. Have that conversation. What is it really like to work there? What is it really like to work for that manager? I encourage my mentees to do that. Go and talk to the people that are working for your new hiring manager and find out if that's the kind of environment and fit that you want. So I don't think we have to try to, boil the ocean and change the CEO's mindset. I think it's the opposite, is that we have the power ourselves to make choices of the type of companies that we want to work for. And those companies will be successful. And the others will have a really hard time either getting talent on board or retaining their talent for that reason, because their reputation is important. As far as young leaders, I think first of all, you have to know how to lead yourself. You can't become a leader unless you have looked inside of yourself and understand yourself and understand your own value. Once you are comfortable with that and have done a very, very thorough self-assessment, and then are able to not only communicate that to others, but to communicate that and are convinced yourself that is your value. I think things like salary negotiation or contract negotiation or any kind of negotiation you may do, even within your family, as well as in business, become easier because you understand and can communicate your value. But you have to be able to know your value first. I have mentored many different people along the way, men, women, different ages, and I think that the only advice I can give them is to do something that you love. Do your introspection first. Find out about yourself first. Ask those hard questions. What are my core values? What makes my heart beat faster and that I'm passionate about? What do I want to do that contributes to the greater good? And those are really big questions, but a lot of people don't ask themselves that because maybe they don't know they should. And so as a mentor, I start with that. I said, start with yourself. And I was lucky in a way when I was a young woman. I had a mentor. She just came and mentored me. And so I learned so much from her because I didn't know a lot of things. I didn't know how to manage people. I didn't know how to have difficult conversations. I didn't know how to do a lot of things as a leader, as a manager first, and then as a leader. And so if you just come and ask for mentorship or request it, that's a huge step. Bravo, you've done a great thing. And then the next part is to the work, okay? First start with yourself, and I ask my mentees a lot of self-searching questions, and we call it peeling back the onion. Okay, yes, well, I like this. Why do you like that? Well, I like that because, well, what makes that special? Why is that important to you? And we continue to go through that conversation to get to the core of what's really important to them. What do you really want to do? And what are you willing to do to make that happen? Because like most things in life, nothing comes easy. It's work, it's some sacrifices, and there are choices that will need to be made. And sometimes they're very difficult choices. But when you make that choice, you need to be comfortable with it.